They came from all over the state of Texas and the United States. They came to show the world their support, love, and admiration. They came to pay tribute to the brave men and women, past and present, of the United States Armed Forces. Over 45,000 came together at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas, to show their true colors. This is Murphy Martin inviting you to join us now at the Spirit of America rally, featuring the Fightin Texas Aggie Band, the Vocal Majority, the Navy's own Country Current, country superstar Lee Greenwood, and a cast of thousands.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Tinsley. Welcome to Texas Stadium, where the Spirit of America rally is about to begin. As you can see, we've got people lined up waiting to get inside to say we thank you to the men and women in the Persian Gulf. We're going to have a lot of events today, and we're going to be taking time to talk to some of the special people who took the time to show up.
My husband carried this flag for 20 months in Vietnam. Carried it in his pocket.
We're Jim and Colleen Wise from Sherman, Texas.
And the reason you're here today, I think the pictures pretty much tell the story, but you kind of fill in the gaps for us. Who is the picture that you're holding there? I recognize this guy.
That one's President Bush, and this is our son Dan. He and his wife are from Jacksonville, Florida. And he's on the carrier of the Kennedy. He's been over there since August.
Big red one in Fort Riley, Kansas.
How long has he been in Saudi?
He's been there since day after Christmas. I'm his mother.
You might know.
I'm sure you've been praying as well.
Oh, you better believe it. I've been praying so hard for God to perform a miracle, and God has. He certainly has.
Oh yeah, we've been very actively involved with the Rotary Club of Dallas to put this thing together, and it's really encompassed about the 122 clubs of the North Texas area. It's really been a metroplex experience.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Texas Stadium for this very special occasion. Never has the air been filled with more excitement than it is today as we salute the men and women of our armed forces, past and present, and their families. In behalf of the 120 Rotary Clubs of Districts 579 and 581 who organized this rally, thank you for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for our national anthem, which will be performed by Word Records recording artist Cynthia Clausen and the Vocal Majority.
stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, let it be ever where freedom shall stand between our loved homes and war's desolation, blessed with victory and peace. May the hand-rescued land praise the power that has made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just. Let this be our motto: in God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the
We have just received a letter written especially to all of you who are here today from a man who has recently shown us in an indelible fashion how to accomplish the common goal. That letter reads, "Dear Texas Patriots, thank you very much. Thank you very much for gathering at this Texas-style rally in support of the magnificent servicemen and women of Operation Desert Storm. A special thanks to the 120 Rotary Clubs of North Texas for sponsoring the tremendous event. Since the very start of our Middle East deployment, the support of the American people has been overwhelming and deeply appreciated. Nowhere has that support been stronger than in the Lone Star State. Your outpouring of support has been one major component in maintaining the high morale of the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen who are so proudly serving their country. The fierce pride in their eyes as they lived, fought, and achieved victory in this harsh and unforgiving environment can be an inspiration to all Americans. Rest assured that America's sons and daughters will be returning to the shores of our great nation and the open arms of their loving families as soon as possible. Again, my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for staying the course. God bless you. Signed, H. Norman Schwarzkopf, General, United States Army.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Scott Murray. We have filled Texas Stadium today so we may observe and commemorate the truly extraordinary effort of the United States Armed Forces in the Middle East. However, we remain solemn and meditative until each and every one of our fighting men and women return home safely. It is also impossible for us to forget the number of Allied forces who have given their lives, are missing in action, or are prisoners of war. As we celebrate our military's remarkable effort, let us have ever foremost in our minds the men and women and the families who have sacrificed most valiantly and unquestionably for their country. Let's take a moment to recognize their sacrifice and their effort. Ladies and gentlemen, seated in sections 7 and 8 and throughout the entire stadium are families whose relatives are serving in the Middle East.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is going to read to us a very special message. The man reading that message is special in his own right. He served as a combat pilot in Vietnam from 1967 through 1969. He is president of ProSet Incorporated, a company that produces and distributes sports cards. He became involved in what was then Desert Shield when troops asked to be sent ProSet's sports cards for entertainment. In addition, ProSet will donate a minimum of $1 million to benefit the families of Desert Storm veterans. As of February 28th, the first $125,000 already has been distributed to each branch of the armed services. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Lud Denny.
The White House, Washington, D.C. I am pleased to send greetings to everyone gathered to pay tribute to the United States troops in the Persian Gulf. This is a wonderful way to show our military personnel that we are tremendously proud of them and of the job they are doing. Operation Desert Storm has exceeded all expectations. Our troops, in cooperation with those of our coalition partners, have demonstrated great courage and skill in liberating Kuwait. While the Kuwaiti people greet their liberators with joy and thanksgiving, we look forward to a more peaceful world, one where the security of nations is protected by the rule of law. I am grateful that our armed forces have the support and the prayers of millions of people like you. Let us give thanks for their success thus far, and let us continue to pray for their safety. I also ask you to join me in praying for all of the innocent men, women, and children who suffer as a result of this conflict, wherever they may be. Finally, let me assure you that our troops will be brought home as soon as they have completed their mission in the Gulf region. I am sure I speak for all Americans when I say that we look forward to giving them a triumphant welcome home. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Signed, George Bush, President.
Please welcome back the vocal majority.
For this is my country, America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land of the free. 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 God bless America, land of the
and gentlemen, we now have a very special message from a man who is certainly no stranger to large crowds here at Texas Stadium. You can read his name as one of the all-time cowboy greats on the Ring of Honor just below the Circle Suites. If you'll please direct your attention to the large video screens, here is a special video message from NFL Hall of Famer and former naval officer Roger Staubach.
Hello, I'm Roger Staubach. As a young Navy lieutenant, I joined the Dallas Cowboys in 1969. In 1971, I quarterbacked the first game in Texas Stadium and threw a touchdown pass to Bob Hayes. Well, I was proud of that moment. I was proud of all the victories we had in Texas Stadium. But I've never been more proud of the event that's taking place in Texas Stadium, where 60,000 human beings will be out there showing you as troops over in the Persian Gulf that we love you, we appreciate you, we know the sacrifice you're making on behalf of myself and, as an old quarterback, my family, our children, and our grandchild. Your dedication, your perseverance, and your service for this country is greatly appreciated. We cherish our tremendous freedom in this country, and thanks to you, our freedom will be preserved. And God bless you, and again, as an old quarterback, thanks.
It's been very hard for her because it's very, very close.
It makes me really good. You know, that I love him and I want him to come home soon.
Under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Ray Toller, commanded by Cadet Colonel Russell Lewis, and led by Drum Major Russell Griffin, please welcome the Fightin Texas Aggie Band.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce to you a gentleman who represents the troops to whom we all owe many, many thanks. This young man grew up in the Dallas area and in September of 1985 enlisted in the U.S. Navy. He earned his commission in early 1986, and then in September of 1987 he was given his pilot's wings. Late last year, he left the United States on the USS Ranger, assigned to the Persian Gulf as a pilot of the A-6 Intruder. He was a participant in thousands of sorties flown by the Allied forces. And I might add this afternoon that Lieutenant Guillory just told me that it's easier to land a plane on an aircraft carrier than it is to speak to this crowd here at Texas Stadium today. So let's put him at ease and welcome home this Texas-born hero, ladies and gentlemen, just back from very, very active duty in the Persian Gulf. Here is Lieutenant Stanley Kirk Guillory and his wife, Jean Ann.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for such a very warm welcome here today. I'd like to begin by saying how honored I am to be here and how humbling it is for me to be part of such an exciting event, and also to be able to represent all of the men and women of the military services here today. I can recall on several occasions prior to flying a mission that I would be feeling down due to the tempo of operations or due to the emotions one experiences prior to combat. And I would go to my mailbox and there would be a letter in my mailbox, maybe from a small child or a family member or a friend. And those letters were always filled with words of encouragement and prayers that were lifted up for my protection and courage. And it always really made me feel good to know that there was someone back home that had taken the time and the effort to send a letter to let me know that what we were doing was truly appreciated. And it always gave me an extra burst of energy that made my job that night just a little bit easier. Since I've been back, I've been continually amazed to see each day just how much each and every one of us has been affected by this war. We have all had to make sacrifices, some great and some small. But we must not forget, as we begin to welcome our troops home, the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice, who gave their lives so that others might live in freedom just as we do. Freedom from a power-hungry menace to world peace. And I can say for myself that it was an honor and a privilege to serve and have the opportunity to contribute in a small way. But never will my actions compare to those actions of those that paid with such a high price. So let's not forget, as we welcome our troops home, about those families who at the same time will be mourning the loss of loved ones. We still have troops that are in the Persian Gulf, and we still need to send them our support. So all I ask is that you keep writing those letters, sending them those boxes of cookies, and praying those prayers. And let them know that we support them, and we'll support them until they all come home. And I know I represent the entire U.S. Armed Services, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines, when I say from all of us to all of you, thank you, America, for your support. Thank you.
My name is Dwayne Rush. I'm with the 1st and 158th Aviation Regiment out at Grand Prairie Naval Legislature. Unfortunately, guys, we didn't get a chance to come out there and join you. But, you know, we all feel kind of cheated because we wanted to get out there and get some of that action, but we just weren't able to. But we really supporting you guys. Keep up the good work. It's not over with until you come home, and we're going to all be supporting you just like we are right now in a big rally like this, guys. Keep up the good work, and we'll take care of the home front until you get home.
I want to take just a second to thank all the American people for the support we got. It was just really, really great. The morale over there was good, and I don't think it would have been as good if we didn't get the support. And I want to say thank you very much to everybody.
Welcome back, the Vocal Majority, along with the Navy's own Country Current, featuring Leslie Simpson and Wayne Taylor, singing a special tribute to troops everywhere.
We are with you wherever you may be. We are sailing with you on every sea. We are standing with you on desert sand. We're your country, together we stand. On a ship thousands of miles from home, you've got your memories that keep you going.
You miss your loved ones, but there's a job you gotta do. 'Cause of what you're giving, we got a home to come home to.
We are with you wherever you may be. We are sailing with you on every sea. We are standing with you on desert sand. We're your country, together we
By yourself out in the lonely desert night, you know back home it's dawn's early light.
It makes you lonely, but one thing you should know, we are with you wherever you may get.
We are with you wherever you may be. We are sailing with you on every sea. We are standing with you on desert sand. We're your country, together we stand. We are with you wherever you may be. We are sailing with you on every sea. We are standing with you on desert sand. We're your country. We are with you wherever you may be. We are sailing with you on every sea. We are standing with you on desert sand. We're your country, together we stand. We stand.
Oh, we love and we miss you, and we're so proud of you, son. Hurry home.
I
love you very much, and I miss him. He's okay, and he'll be home soon.
If you expect to win in life,
I just want them to come home safely. I'm so proud of them. I'm just proud of all those forces over there. They just did a hell of a job. Yes, I am. Special Forces in Vietnam.
better than what we had. And I'm just glad it's happening to them. They deserve every bit of it. It's just remarkable. I just can't express in words how I feel.
Our next speaker served in the 2nd Ranger Battalion of the U.S. Army Airborne Rangers. Currently, he spends his time traveling across this great nation of ours, speaking to young people and adults alike. To date, in over 5,000 public schools in 35 different states. He will be speaking to high schools in the Dallas-Fort Worth area this coming week. He speaks to us today as a concerned patriot who cares very much about his nation, a nation whose future lies in the hands of us all and has been preserved by the brave military men and women in the Persian Gulf. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a great Texas welcome to Mr. Gary Horton.
Thank you, Dallas, Texas, for showing this nation how to salute its heroes.
I am so humbled to have this opportunity to add my voice to those of you who have saluted this wonderful generation of young men and women who have so honorably represented this country and its heritage in the Middle East. I give you my ultimate respect and adoration to all veterans, the noble men and women who taught the world a lesson in 1945 in World War II, to the noble veterans who served gallantly in what they didn't call a war, but we know better. You Korean veterans, thank you for your service and your courage. And to these dear brothers and young men and women who served gallantly in a war they didn't let us win, but we know we did. To all Vietnam vets and families, welcome home. I think this wonderful community knows how to spell America, and I thank our heroes for spelling it in such a noble and victorious way so that the whole world had to see it one more time. I thank you for your thoughtfulness, your attitude, for the leadership, and for each of you here today who understand why we are free. And all of the critics and all those who would dare take for granted the freedom of this wonderful country, I leave them a message, and that message is lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. God bless America.
My son and all those who were involved were very well prepared to do what had to be done. But then as a father, and I certainly as a mother, my wife can speak to that. There's a different feeling, of course.
Afraid, but it was something that John wanted to do. He felt that he had a responsibility to the people with whom he was trained. And he had
had no hesitation about going, although I had a lot of hesitation about it.
Introduction to make today.
Yes, this is Garrett Lee Seacrest, and he's 11 weeks old, and his daddy is serving overseas with 101st Airborne, and he has not met him yet.
He looks pretty excited at the thought of meeting his father.
It's been pretty hard, but he's been good to have around. It's just like having a part of my husband there with me, but it's been pretty hard being without him, and his dad's very ready to get home and see him. It just crushed him to be away.
Ladies and gentlemen, country superstar, Capitol recording artist, Lee Greenwood.
They say love is a gamble, you can win or lose. Well, life there'll be a queen the day I found you. Now the cards are in my favor and I'm gonna play them right. You're the one I'm waiting for, and I'm gonna hold on tight. And I'm holding a good hand. I bet my life on you, I'm not gonna let go. Now that I found a heart that's true, I just want a full house and a little piece of land. I walk through life holding a good hand. Well, I paid the game and I paid the price. And I don't mind saying, oh, I've lost once or twice. But there ain't no doubt that my luck came through. You came along and I reached out for you, yeah. Well, I'm holding a good hand. I bet my life on you. I'm not gonna let go. Now that I found a heart that's true, I just want a full house and a little piece of land. I walk through life holding a good hand. Clap your hands. I'm holding a good hand. I bet my life on you. I'm not gonna let go. Now that I found a heart that's true, I just want a full house and a little piece of land. When I walk through life holding a good hand. Come on, y'all. I'm holding a good hand. I bet my life on you. I'm not gonna let go. Now that I found a heart that's true, I just want a full house and a little piece of land. When I walk through life holding a good hand. You know I just want a full house and a little piece of land. When I walk through life holding a good hand.
It seems like many times the emphasis is on the military soldier who is in combat, and more too often, it is never focused upon the woman, who today the media has now shown as being an integral part of the combat troops up front. For the effectiveness of the United States military, they have proven they can work together. And to honor those women in the United States military, here is our newest recording from the Capitol album, Holding a Good Hand, to be played on KSCS now, dedicated to the women in the military, just like me.
When I wake up in the morning, a sleepy little boy climbs up in my bed to say hello. Sometimes I think he does it just to see if I'm still here, 'cause he doesn't understand what made you go. Just like me, but we're hanging there together. We're both strong enough to weather
this old storm till it goes by. Just like me, he has friends that he can play with, and some games to pass the day with. But at night I've heard him cry, just like me. Well, I always keep your picture in our room by the bed, but every now and then it disappears, and I know I'm gonna find it propped under Snoopy's lamp. Then I know he's been pretending you're still here, just like me. But we're hanging there together, we're both strong enough to weather this old storm till it goes by. Just like me, he has friends that he can play with, and some games to pass the day with. But at night I've heard him cry, just like me. Friends that he can play with, and some games to pass the day with. But at night I've heard him cry, just like me.
To make sure that troops get our support. That's the message of this show, this Spirit of America show from Dallas Stadium, Texas Stadium here, is to send it out there and say, we do support you without a doubt. There is no doubt we're behind our armed forces, we're behind our president, we're behind our troops, and come home. And that's got to be an overwhelming message to send, and we have to do it again and again and again. It just seems like things like that sometimes trickle down and they don't really get the message.
And I think at this time would be very appropriate if I could have all of your help, along with the vocal majority who has now joined us on stage, to sing one of America's most famous songs of all time that can show the warmth that we have in this Spirit of America rally. God bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean wide before. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean wide before. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. No greater tribute to the soldiers who have served us so well is to honor them every day. Throughout America, we have traveled to the veterans' hospitals. We have visited memorials. We have been with soldiers in our USO tours. And everywhere we go, there's honor and pride in what they do. The uniform that they wear it proudly. Each one of us is in debt to those who stand before us, not just here in Dallas at the stadium, but across the world, who have given every life ounce, every breath, every measure of strength they can for this great free country. And the only way it can stay free is if each one of us dedicate one piece of our life, one small thing. Here is my dedication for America, the song I wrote in 1983 for all of us who stand for freedom. If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Sing it! And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. For all of us, God bless the United States of America. It stands for freedom.
I'm Ted Pappas, President of Unigate Restaurants. On behalf of myself and the 5,000 employees of Unigate Restaurants, I want to say thank you to the men and the women of the United States Armed Forces who are serving us so well in the Gulf and around the world.
My name is Bob Appleby. I'm president of Dillard's, and we have 10,000 people in our organization that are thinking of you every day and working with you every day, and thinking about what you're getting accomplished. We're proud of you as Americans. We know that you're representing America, and you're the very finest, in our opinion, and you're showing the world what really democracy really is. We know that each one of you are looking forward to coming home and going back to your original jobs. But until then, keep on doing everything that you're doing, and congratulations. We're so proud of you. God bless you.
I'm Danny Blankenship with the Coca-Cola Bottling Company of North Texas. It's a privilege for me to say thank you from each and every member of the Coca-Cola family for the job that you have done and are doing in the Middle East. The sacrifices that you have made has instilled the fire of pride that burns within each and every American. We will welcome you home with open arms. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the United States of America.